let's continue playing The Way, episode 6. When we last left off, we beat the Jester, and we're now under Lanfionis Philippe Strapatch's employ, which led to my tongue having to go through a major workout. Yeah, okay, fine, whatever. Anyway, now that we've done that, we can go down here. And what is down here? A locked door, and if I remember rightly, the key from Atlian Manor opens this place. Now, we're just going to have to see if we got any blade arts we can move around. I don't think we do, actually. And certainly none that I'd want to get rid of at this stage. Possibly Fenshu if I've got a step 3 I can use. Nah, I've got both of those already there. So, why are we here? Actually, we're here for a very important reason. Because, as you may have noticed, and if not, I'm just going to briefly explain this now. The people who live in this place appear to be everybody who died due to one of the Shadow Swords or Illuminati or whatever you want to call them. I'm honestly of the opinion they're all sort of the same thing, i.e. Trazian's theory about them right at the very beginning, somewhere in episode 2 about all the Shadow Swords. But I do believe that everybody here is here because they were killed by somebody who possesses one. Which does lead to a few interesting things. One of them being the person over here. I'll take care of this if you don't mind. Slade. Don't worry, I know the routine by now. First plunge of episode 6. So, our options are Lana, Burning Edge, or Cool Wind. I should really adjust some of these. But for now, we don't need to worry too much. I don't think he's very powerful at this stage, though he does have a Destroyer ability. 29, injury 1. Versus, he's lost a lot of cross sweep percentage, 35%. Right, okay, it might be a bit tougher than I thought he was. I'm going to go for a cross sweep then. Lana attached. $17, no damage. Plunge didn't go down. 41 for a step 1 injury. Okay, he's a little tough. At least tougher than most of my ending opponents in earlier episodes. We have a drop slash here. Backlash. No injuries, but I did more damage. And he's already on the lower health setting, so let's go with a linked Burning Edge. Nah, I got a Crippler instead. I hope that Lana doesn't resolve, because that could be annoying. 26. Damage threshold went down. 42. Injury 1. The plunge remains as is. And he's got to be almost at death now. In fact, I can go with it again. I don't need that, but we're going to go with it anyway. Slade, goodbye. No, threshold didn't drop. 31. No return. Slade falls. How sweet it is. 10 CTP, 40 aura points, and we learn the Destroyer Blade Art. What's the matter? Had enough? What are you doing? You think you're going with me? And why is that? Wonderful. So Slade is apparently a mute. However, he is more than useful enough. If we look at stat-wise, he actually is a match for Rue. And he's a big, big help at this stage of the game. So, now that he's joined us, essentially sort out our blade outs again. Crippler's probably the one we need the least, so actually it's a step 4. So we'll take that. 4 to 10 added to the attack, 6 to 10 rather added to the attack, which means we can adjust the link to that. So let us record here, because this bit here requires us to do well, shall we say. It's a dragon! My Skip, you're looking fearsome in that costume. You'll be the best great beast anyone's ever seen. Thanks, Alan. Just try not to be busting me open like last time. Righto, my lad. There you are. Oh, there you are. Where have you been? The show is nearly ready to start. My dearest apologies, dear Vashti. What are these men doing here? They are my bodyguards. Surely you remember the threat on my life. I do, but we're safe here. Concert Hall security is the tightest it's ever been. Those flunkies of yours will only cause problems back here. The show will suffer. Heed my warning. Now I must be off. The first scene is fast approaching and I'm not nearly ready. Lanfrionis, there you are. Wellborn, how grand it is to see you again. This is clearly now the adventures of Lanfrionis Philippe Serpacha. I bring most exciting tidings. The show is sold out. What say you? Apparently there's a rumour that you'll be killed tonight during the show. And to be honest, I would buy tickets to that. Alas, it's become public knowledge. It's true then? How sorry I am for you, my dear friend. Do you have any idea who would threaten your very existence so? I do not, but do not fear. I have enlisted several men of valor to stand as bulwarks against this evil. A wise decision. I also bring some more distressing news. Several actors have walked out in a fit. They're refusing to play their assigned roles. Most notably, the role of Kura is now vacant. That's a lead role. How could such disaster befall us on the eve of our performance? Well, what do you do? There is but one thing to do. Rue, I will be requiring you to have played the part of Kura tonight. What? With Kura? I will let Wellborn explain the role to you. As for you other two, you will also fill in for those who have deserted us on this night. I must fly now, for the opening sequence is looming ever nearer. Prepare them, Wellborn. Wellborn, why would the former actors quit so suddenly? Much of it has to do with the fact that Lanfrionis is not particularly liked among the other actors. The wag of his tongue has incited many against him. He is proud and boastful. A good many would love to see Lanfrionis fall. But now, let me do my duty and inform you of your roles. You, sir, in the blue and orange, what was your name? Rue. Rue. Name of your character is Kura. There's no time to peruse the scripts, you'll have to improvise your lines and movements tonight. Wonderful. Yep, very wonderful, and I really... Oh, I did say before I did this, so this is fine. So what I will probably do then... Kura is a very chaotic character, there's a certain darkness about him, but also breathes a heroic light at times. If we want to keep the audience's attention, we must have conflict. Be cold, and don't shy away from conflict. And most importantly, have you observed the manner in which Alan talks? Lance, please don't tell me you want to talk like that. Yes. It's starting. Hurry. Alright, we'll play this seriously, but I will probably add a little bonus video of me getting this completely and utterly wrong. Do you think the killer will strike early in the show? I don't know. Why'd you ask? I got somewhere I need to be in an hour. Where's that? Home watching the arena plunge on my new 15. Ah! It's obviously a sphere. It makes no sense. Oh, by the way, the fights are cancelled because of the show tonight. Flaming fires. I'll kill Lanfrionis myself for this. Go, random musicians. Are you looking at the girl playing the violin? Huh? I saw you looking at her. No, I wasn't. I was looking at the stage. There's nothing on the stage. Why would you look there? You think she's pretty? She's okay. What does that mean? You're prettier than her? Are you saying I'm just barely above okay? Great Lance. Okay, let's get this show on the road. 7 generations ago, there lived 2 men, strangely similar and yet dissimilar at the same time. Both were valiant warriors and fought with the strength of 10 men, and both were swift and... It's slightly too quick here. Oh well, I suppose it shuts me up a bit. This is the story of Kava and Kura. I say, a finer day man has never known. This is a good omen, my friends. No omen is this. Such calmness speaks of the deceit at hand. These woods are not covered with a deep darkness as I expected. Instead, they breathe a quiet light that fills me with an awkward sense of joy. I do not trust these woods. I'd find myself hard-pressed to believe that such a wicked witch could live in such a place as this. I wonder in what form she might be manifested. I imagine her face to be that of a wild boar, her teeth long and jagged as a shark, and her fingernails like the claws of an eagle. What think you of the guided who sent us on this errand? Certainly they were fearful of this place, else we would not have been chosen for this task. They're a suspicious lot. We would be well advised to be cautious in our dealings with them from here on out. My heart is troubled, for this forest is wide, and this priestess of the woods is nowhere to be seen. I pray you, do not speak of the guide in these woods. It disturbs the peace. I apologize, madam. I will gladly abstain at your request. Please tell me your name, for you are beautiful beyond any I have ever seen. I am Luma, priestess of these woods. And who are you and your friends? You are the priestess? It is so. My lady, we were sent here by the guided to capture you. A grave mistake it seems we have made. I wish no harm upon you now that we have met in person. Kura, what say you? Let's abandon this mission at once. Are you so easily blinded by beauty? Would you abandon all of us to this failure so selfishly as that? Such simple mind you reveal in your praise of this woman. Such weakness I have never seen in you. We will not desist. We will take her back to our employers and collect our fee. We have sworn in our honor to do so. I will not submit to you. Then we will take you by force. Great beast of the woods, aid me. Here we see the great beast. That's a real animal. Good, being down skip would have been so lame. That's one way to look at it. Well, it better give us a bonus for this. Here we go. So, all out attack. The great beast is really not a problem. It does nowhere near enough damage to even be considered a threat, but I suppose it does allow us to look at Slade's abilities. From what I remember, nothing really much has changed, but we will go for... We'll go for the loner. Right. Also, we have what's the other thing? Chill shock, triple. Oh, did we not get the triple? No, we're still learning that ability. That's why. Great beast attacks, and now we're just going to hurricane cut it, which should actually pretty much do it in by itself. Yeah. So no new abilities really for Slade. And the Great Beast is dead. Full CTP, 30 aura points, and Pure Taint gained a level. Woe to me, my little poor beast is slain. My future looks a pity. And thus, part 1 of this great play is now over. We shall now speak to Pip. Burn that beast not only did upstage me, it seemed Vashti was given quite a fright. I wonder what she's doing in there. We shall see a bit later. I would have a round of Rue versus Mirrors, but there's no mirrors here. So I shall simply save there and say until next time.